Dave Bautista and Chloe Coleman are with me in studio right now. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, you?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking, Chloe. No one ever asks me how I am.
Really?
You know what I mean? I'm always doing the asking.
Seriously?
Yeah. You know what? I'm okay.
Yay.
Yeah. How are you doing? You good?
Yes, I'm very good.
You guys made this movie in Toronto?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Nice to be
So
back.
all good there.
It's great to be back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been here for a while. I'm on a TV series here, but she was. So I saw her in LA last week, and I said there was probably a chance we're going to do some media, and she was excited about coming back. She has friends here.
Yeah.
She has favorite restaurants here.
Yep.
What do you like about Toronto?
I love everything about Toronto. I would live here. Like, so pretty, and they have way different weather than LA. We never get snow. So like I got out of the car today and there's this big pile of snow and I'm like, I really want to step my foot in it, and so I go up and I just step my foot in it, and it was just so fun. It was
I
like
do not
a
feel the
moment
same.
of relief.
I was gonna say, yeah, that is
It's
that is.
amazing.
I paid my dues in cold weather. I'm a Floridian now.
That is the sound of somebody who doesn't spend a lot of time in Canada. If you're like, just want to hang out in the snow all day. We want your weather in LA, see?
Yeah, and I want your weather. So maybe we just trade for a day.
Maybe we can do a trade. My Spy is such a like a classic kind of film of like two unlikely buddies. And I'm wondering what did you guys need to do in order to be comfortable with one another, in order to have that sort of dynamic?
I think that we didn't have to do anything.
No.
And I know that sounds weird, but it has a lot to do with why Chloe was cast. I loved her audition. I saw her taped audition. I thought it was brilliant. I thought she was extremely talented. But I am a big believer in chemistry. And so we had the chemistry test, and we clicked like that. I tested with a few other very talented young actresses, but Chloe she was in the moment. She was emotional. She was not intimidated by me at all. She came in, she ran the room, and we just clicked. We just got each other. We just connected.
You
Thank you.
weren't intimidated at all.
Okay, well, I was a bit intimidated, but thank you for saying all those
She
nice
was
things.
not.
Listen, no, I was a bit intimidated, just a bit, because
That's all right. Don't worry about it. We got a bunch of them.
then I can break this one. No, I'm kidding, but no, I was just like a bit scared at first, and then I met him, and then like everything. It like at first I was intimidated, but I did the scene with him, and then I wasn't.
Are you CIA?
How'd you get in here?
Oh, because she has a camera, she might be streaming.
If Kim finds out we got made by a 9-year-old, my career's over.
What's the option?
Kill her. Make it look like an accident. Yeah, maybe the stairs.
What?
Wow, still recording.
Yeah.
That's Chloe there. She's playing the character Sophie with her co-star Dave Bautista as a CIA agent named JJ.
Not a very good CIA agent.
But I do relate to it. Like, I do relate to watching someone who's younger than me use technology, and I go like, is that a thing? Can you do that?
Well, JJ has a lot of flaws. He's not, well, for one, he doesn't blend in very well. He's not great at being undercover. He's not really good with people. He's not very charming at all. So, and he's a bit disconnected.
So are you as tech savvy in real life, Chloe, as you are in the film?
Yes.
Kind of am.
She so
I
is.
am into all of that stuff. Like, I have a computer and I use it all the time. Like, I'm constantly editing, and my mom's like, "Chloe, what are you doing?" I'm like, "You wouldn't understand. It's too much to explain."
Yeah, I asked her today what's the new video game? What are you playing? She said, I'm making my own video game.
Okay. Okay. I remember playing Tetris.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was just doing Tetris. That's what I was doing,
Yep.
Yeah, I was playing as you in a video game.
Oh,
that's
sweet.
That's what I was doing. That's true. I used to play.
Yep.
It's a video. I used to play him
Oh,
as
yeah,
a video
wait.
game. Yeah.
I've heard of that game before. Wait. Oh, I know that game. Now I know it.
All right. So what is that like for you? I mean, do you like using technology? Do you like using TikTok and Snapchat and all that stuff?
Yes, I love TikTok. It's like I am in love with it completely. Not just because I'm like you post videos on it, but just because it's so fun and ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense at all. Because
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the greatest thing ever.
It is.
so awesome.
It's the first social media thing, and I'm not that old. Like, I'm in my 30s. It was the first social media thing that made me go like, no, I don't understand this at all.
Yeah, I did as well. But we shot a bunch of content yesterday. I got to look at it last week, and I didn't really get it. And then I started watching a bunch of videos of stuff that's really popular and going viral, and it's all stuff that's just pure ridiculousness. And it's just fun. Like, it is such a fun form of social media. So that's what we did yesterday. We spent hours just doing stuff like ridiculous dances and skits. And it was just, I mean, it was just fun.
And that's the thing I like. I'll go on there and I'm really good at editing my videos. And then there's some people who don't know how to use it. I'm like, okay, first you have to record the video and you have to save it to drafts. If you want the new sound, you have to trim the sound. And they're just like, huh?
No, yeah, I blanked out like a bunch of white noise as you started saying that. You know, all I could think about one of those phones you have to hold up to your ear and talk to like this. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Operator, connect me to.
That's where I'm currently living right now. I'm trying to use my dial-up to do this interview. I heard that there was a. Well, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but if you want to laugh, I'm telling you, TikTok. It's hysterical.
All right, I'll have a look. I trust you.
It is. There's a lot of just good fun on there.
So funny.
I do like it. I've seen people I like when people like jump off things and stuff like that. You know, they'll like jump off a roof into a garbage can. Like I get a kick out of that. I don't know what that says about me.
There's this famous TikToker.
Like I said, I was a big fan.
So you like watching people hurt themselves.
I don't know. Maybe that says something about me. Maybe that says something about me.
There's this famous TikToker who likes jumping off roofs into plastic playhouses, and it went viral. And then he also likes breaking chairs and like hurting himself badly. And it's
let's just be clear.
Like,
no, please don't do that if you're listening
Please
to
don't
this.
do that at
He
home.
Please
jumped
don't
off
do
a
that
roof
at home.
onto, you know, like a seesaw, right?
Yeah.
He jumped off the roof onto another side of the seesaw where his sister was sitting on the other side.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that at home.
Don't do that at home. Anywhere. Don't even do it. Dave,
We do not encourage that.
what's the story on the swear jar?
The swear jar is, so the first few days we just got on filming, we just got dirty looks and attitude. And then by the third or fourth day, it wasn't that far in, right? When she broke out this jar, it was a swear jar. And she started making us penalize us. And we were well aware. We all said, God, we got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that.
Kids around, you don't want to be squirrely.
We don't want to be, there's a lot of kids on set, and we were aware. But it's just, I think when you're in that environment, you just totally lose track. You lose sight. And then so we had to pay the price. So
How much did you get in the swear jar by the end of it, Chloe?
I don't think you're gonna believe me. $256.
No way.
Yep.
It was like $2, I swear.
Yep.
I can kind of believe it. Yeah, I can kind of believe it. What did you do with the money?
I actually I raised it to about $500 and I donated it to the Amazon rainforests
Oh, that's so nice of you.
because they were on fire and it was devastating. We have like no rainforest left.
I'm so glad. That's such a noble thing to do. When I was your age, I probably would not have done that with that money. I probably would have bought a video game. Yeah. So that's
Were video games that expensive?
Should have been shoes for me. I would have bought shoes.
You
for
would've- yeah.
a new skateboard.
yeah, exactly. I would have brought it. Yeah, I mean, you went outside a lot more than I did.
Yeah, you're a good example. You're a good human being.
Good for you, Chloe.
Good for you.
I want to talk about both of your careers outside of this thing. So I'm joined today by my guests, Chloe Coleman and Dave Bautista. They star in the new movie My Spy. Take a listen to this.
He raised me by hand and kept me as his own,
So you're a pet.
I suppose.
People usually want cute pets. Why would you go on such a hideous one?
I am hideous?
You are horrifying to look at. Yes.
That's Dave Bautista's character, Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I'm glad you got a kick out of that too.
so funny.
Yeah. You've been part of the Marvel Universe for a while now.
Yeah.
We've seen you also in Stuber and Blade Runner 2049. You're in the new Dune.
Yeah.
But I feel like, as a fan of yours, I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy was a big turning point for
for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What did that mean to you?
It changed my life. It not only changed my career, it literally changed my life because I was struggling. I left wrestling with the intention of pursuing acting, and I knew it was going to be rough, but I never planned on going broke. I never planned on, going hungry. I never
Really?
And I did all those things because I made it through because my best friend, who was also my manager, he floated me, and he helped me get through. But it was a tough 3 years where I was barely working. I just couldn't get auditions. I couldn't get jobs. And so finally, Guardians came through, and it was a lot. I didn't even have an agent. I got my agent like a week before Guardians, and he sent me in for the audition with very low hopes. And so it was. I went in for the audition, and they liked my audition. They called me up as I was leaving town. They said, "Would you mind staying in town to read for the director?" And I stayed to read for James. And he liked me for the part as well, but it was a studio thing, and they wanted a name. So they kind of kept me coming back for a chemistry test and screen tests for the next few months before they actually gave me the part.
I mean this in the best way possible. It's so interesting to me how little perspective I can have because I want to point out that for people who don't know your work in wrestling, you're a star, like a gigantic, huge presence in world wrestling entertainment. To know that you can leave that world and then somehow struggle.
Yeah, and I did it. There was a few different reasons. I had to prove myself as an actor a lot, and also a lot of in Hollywood. People are just not aware of WWE wrestlers, or they just have a bad perception of what professional wrestling is and who professional wrestlers are. And so those are some of the kind of the walls that I had to break down, those stereotypes that I had to break down to get even auditions for roles.
Because I would love to see. I have these thoughts on. I mean, in some ways, wrestlers are incredible actors. Because if you think about it, I mean, I don't need to tell
performers,
you. Performers.
Performers.
Madison Square Garden, full of people, wordlessly have to tell a story.
Yeah, and then also, and they really are picking up on it. I think. I would like to say, I think Dwayne really paved the way. I would like to say that.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like to say that I also helped pave the way for them to open their eyes to see, to break down the kind of the stereotypes of pro wrestling, but also to get filmmakers to realize what an international audience comes with professional wrestlers, because we're a worldwide show. And I get still recognized more for wrestling than I do for any of my films. And sometimes it's very frustrating because I've been doing films longer than I was wrestling.
Really?
But because I was on TV every week around the world, for 8-10 years, I mean, that's how people know me.
I don't mean to frustrate you. I have one more wrestling question.
Sure. I don't mind.
Take a listen to this.
Yeah.
When you didn't get exactly what you want, you quit. And I'm supposed to hand you stuff? Why? Because you're a big Hollywood movie star now? Do you demand whatever you want? You're gonna give me what I want! One last match. Or I'm gonna continue to hurt people you love to end your career.
So that's in 2019. Batista returns to the ring to settle a feud with Triple H. A big Hollywood movie star, he calls you there. Yeah. But I'm wondering, did the experience you've had acting in these huge films and having the success as an actor, did that bring anything new to your wrestling that wasn't there before?
No, I can't say for sure if it did. I can tell you that when I went back to the WWE, I felt comfortable. I felt it's always been hard for me to pick up a mic and speak on a mic. I may have been slightly more comfortable, but still it was always a little uneasy. The thing about returning this time was that they gave me free reign. They gave me free reign to do whatever I wanted, and this was the way I wanted to go out, and I held out and would not come back until I got to go out the way I wanted to.
Right.
And it never set easy with me, my last run. It was just horrible, and I just butted heads with the company, and I wanted to come back earlier, and they didn't give me the opportunity. And they asked me to come back other times throughout the years, but it wasn't to do what I wanted, and I wanted to come back and finish my career with Hunter. And so they finally agreed to let me do it because I said, this is my last year. I'm turning 50. I'm not going to be that guy who's way over the hill coming back. I said, I want to close out my career. I want to do it the right way. This is what I want to do. And they said, let's do it.
I can tell it's meaningful for you because in order to do it, you had to put your body on the line to do that.
I did, and that was also something because when we started working out the match, they were actually really protective of me. And which was also something new, because in the past they were like, "Go, beat yourself up, do whatever it takes to get the job done."
Jump off the cell.
But they didn't want me doing anything dangerous. And the way the match was worked out, I was like, I'd really like to do this. I want to go out this way. And really, it was because I wanted to prove a point, and it was more to the fans than anything else.
Right.
Because most guys, I think, in my position, they would not come back and put it on the line. And I risked my film career for my WWE fans, and it was really to prove a point. This is I'm going out because I don't want to come back and rest on my past, or leave on my past with those accolades. I wanted to come back and give them something fresh and know that I went out with a bang.
You did.
So I put it all on the line, and it worked out really well. I'm still a little beat up. I know it sounds weird, but I was talking to one of my trainers is up here, and I took a bad bump. The one that didn't look the most painful was the one on the table.
Okay.
Was the one that hurt the worst. And my hip has not been right since that. But I don't wake up in pain. I don't live in pain, but it's definitely... I still feel the remnants from that match.
Well, listen. I'm as much as you feel that way. It was just great to see you.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It really was.
I enjoyed every second of it.
I can tell. Chloe,
Yeah?
11 years old, right?
Yes, I'm 11 now.
But not new to acting.
No, I've been acting for, I think, it's 2020 now, right? So about 6 years.
You got to work alongside Nicole Kidman and Zoe Kravitz. I'm talking mainly about Big Little Lies. What did you love about working on that show?
I mean, everything. That Big Little Lies was the first actually, big project that I did. So I made a real family. I keep in touch with all the kids, and I love being able to see them. I mean, they're all so sweet and amazing. I mean, the director we had, Jean-Marc Vallée, and Nicole Kidman, Meryl Streep, Zoe Kravitz, everybody. I was an honor to work with them because I had this front row seat to watching these amazing actresses work.
I mean, how do you not? You must learn from that, right?
Yeah, actually, just by, watching them act, I watched bits of season 1 and season 2. Of course, I couldn't watch all of it, but, they're not really acting at all. They're just in the moment. It's like taking what's happening and putting it into real life. They connect with each other and, are really strong about it.
And it's interesting. I mean, working with someone like Dave here, who was just speaking so candidly about the challenges of being a working actor. Where do you want things to end up? How do you want this career to go of yours?
I always want to keep acting, or even if I'm not acting, pursue, writing or directing, because there's, I feel like everybody has a story that they feel like they need to get out somewhere, and I mean, I want to, I would like to write someday or direct, because that seems so interesting to me.
I think we're all going to end up working for her, man.
Me too.
I really do. I think it's just a matter of time.
Me too. She's a filmmaker at heart. But I think
Thank you.
That comes down to it, and she nailed it. It's storytelling. Like I'm a storyteller. That's what I love to do. That's what I loved about wrestling. That's what I love about films and filmmaking. And she's just gifted. She's just naturally good at it. So she's already making movies.
Oh my God!
I make like little film festival movies. It's nothing big, but
that's why Dave and I were doing that when we were 11.
I've never made a movie.
Yes, didn't you do that for something at your
I've
school?
never shot down, edited. No.
Matter of time, though. But he created in wrestling the greatest stories for me that I've ever seen. And if you want to watch someone who was inside editing in those moments, that's what you were doing.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
I
it really
appreciate
was.
it, yeah.
Guys, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having us.
You can catch My Spy in theaters all across Canada starting on March 13th.